back to building with the boys. We've now got pack 12 of the Routemaster, and this is it. This is the final pack of Routemaster. I don't mind telling you, I'm a little bit emotional about it, because I'm going to miss it. I've really enjoyed the Routemaster. I've loved it from start to finish, with the exception of some tricky parts in the last pack. It's going to be sad to see it go. It's going to be sad to see it go. But what a beautiful model it is. I'm very eager to see these final panels go on. So it's going to be emotional. Let's get into it. So this is the section we're working on first. We're working on this part here. Now, manufacturing error has put the double-sided tape on the wrong side of this thing, because what we're going to be doing is we are going to be taping this to this piece here on the destination board. But it's on the wrong side, so you're going to get the badly illuminated part. However, Agora have very kindly given us 3 pieces of 3M tape that we can fix that. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to attach this to there, and then we're going to screw that in place, and we'll take a look. So that's now installed, and relatively painless it was. We've just put 4mm screws in here after sticking the light to the back of this, and that's glowing up lovely. That's got exactly what we need to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this panel, and that's going to attach here, and we're going to use the red, I want to say MMs, let's just check what they are, NMs. So we're going to screw this panel on with red NMs, and that is the majority of this pack now. The bulk of what we're doing is screwing panels to the bus. So I'm going to install this panel, we'll take a look, otherwise you're just watching me put 15 screws in. Okay, so that is the panel installed. We've added this strip here, this strip here, and this strip here. We've added the 2 strips here and here, and the little embellishments there. And that is pretty much the upper paneling of this side of the bus complete. So let's move on to 112. Okay, so here's everything you get in 112, including this panel here. We're going to install this panel to the bus here, and we are going to be adding a step, which goes into this section here, and the trim as well. Again, it's just me putting about 40 screws into this, so I'll get it screwed on. If I come across any problems, I'll let you know for if you're building along. So here we are with that panel on. We've put this step in here. We've put all of the trim on there to hold that in place. It didn't line up easy. If you're doing this, I had a bit of a nightmare lining this up. It was snug here, wouldn't really line up, so be aware of that. Once you kind of get it in place with a few screws, it all sort of pulls in, but yeah, that wasn't easy. So we are moving on to 113 now, which should be this panel here. We'll be doing the wheel trim across here and installing this panel again. It's just me screwing a panel in. That's all it is. So I don't know, maybe you find watching somebody put in 50 screws in something therapeutic, but I'm just going to screw it in and then we'll take a look at it. So that's that panel on. We've put the trim around the wheel. I've trimmed the sides here and you can see we've lined this up. I'm not delirious about this gold screw they've given us. That sticks out like a sore thumb, but yeah, it is what it is. Those are all on. We put the lower tiny little trims on there. Trims over here. And that is this side of the bus, fully panelled, and doesn't she look beautiful? We do have a very large advertising sticker for Thai food tea, which will be going along here. I want the advertising stickers on my bus because buses have advertising stickers on them. Let's move on to 114. We flip the bus around and we're back to this side. So we are going to be adding panels to here. That's the first one we're going to do. Add the trim, which is already a little bit on. We're screwing that down. And doing pretty much the same again, but we're doing the whole side of the bus. So we'll start with what is one, I want to say 14, could be 15, 14 I think. It's going to go on there, and then we're going to go all the way. The main difference is going to be, we're going to be adding a battery cover here and a panel as well. So 114 installed, there we go, we're along there. Now we're going to be on the 115, which is in the back panel. Okay, so that's 115 done as well, so we've now got pretty much all of the upper panels complete. We have got one very large panel that's going in here for 116. That's going to come all the way down here. So let's get that done. Okay, so that is 116 complete. We got this in now. 115, of course, was over here. So our upper panels are pretty much in place now. We're going to be moving to the lower panels. Okay, so in 117 we'll be installing this very large panel here to this side of the bus, and you can see where you have the cutouts for the fuel cap and the step. We'll be putting some trim around those, and some trim around the wheel as well, I believe. Let's get this done. I have that panel installed and it is looking glorious now. So that's up to 118. So we've got all this in, we've put the trim around here, we've got this little flap here that covers the emergency stop button. We put the step in here so drive there can step up into his cab. We've got the trim around the petrol tank. It's looking great, it's looking really good. Now we'll move on to D19, which is pretty much going to complete the panel in. So this is everything in pack 18. So we're going to be adding this panel here, two here to complete the panel. And the only panels that won't be done will be with the battery boxes, but that's coming in pack 19. So let's get that done. Let's get this in place, and this is going to look glorious when it's all panelled up. So there it is. That's all panelled up. I'm very happy with it, except for again this gold screw they put in the middle of the transport. I don't like it. I'm told me the idea of just taking those out because I just think you can see that it just sticks like a sore bloody thumb. I don't like it. I'm thinking of just taking those out, but we'll see. So the next one in 119 we are adding the battery panel, and then that really is the bus all panelled. Literally nothing needs building in this step. We've got this black battery box cover there, and then we've got this piece here which has got magnets on it, which should he says. Yep, and we're on. That's it. So that's literally that one done. So that's 119 done. We've got 120, which is going to be the advertising stickers and some indicators, and 121, which will be some windscreen wipers. So let's get those done. I am just putting a sticker along the length of this and on the other side as well. So I'm just going to get that done. So there was our first advertising sticker on. It went on lovely and straight. Fortunately, I'm a dab hand at this now because of the Disney Doll's House wallpaper. This is something I'm very, very familiar with, so I had no problems with it. And the Typhoon one's on the other side as well. They're looking great. Now we've got to put some indicators on. So that's the indicator fitted there. It just folds in, folds out. That's what we have. That's it. Both stickers are on either side. I have got to put an indicator on the other side, but I've got to do part of the last stage goes on the other side. Rather than flip this thing around twice, I'm going to move on to the final stage, install what needs to be installed to this side, flip it around, install the indicator and what needs to be installed on the other side as well. So wish me luck. This is it. This is the final stage 121, and we are going to be installing windscreen wipers. We've got some wing mirrors, and we've got these final details for the front of the bus, and that is going to be it. It's it's going to be sad to see it go, but let's get this done. So we've installed the wing mirror, we've installed the indicators, we've put the front stickers onto the bus, and she is complete. That is the bus complete. And really rather lovely it is too. You can see all lit up here. But it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It is gorgeous. It really is. I am very, very happy with it. I mean, just the detailing on it is insane. You can see if I can get focus here. There we go. You can see our beatnik couple at the back there. You can see our schoolboy. Move it along. We've got our football fan there. Then here we have our driver in his cab, swinging through. We have our businessman. You can just see the back of our sitting shopping lady. I am fully aware I need to polish this up. I need to give this a damn good clean. Clean these windows, they're covered in fingerprints, and build the building. Give this a proper clean. I'll spin it round so you can see the other side, so you can see the other advertising stickers, but I love this thing. So this is the rear view of the bus. You can see we're lit up there. How gorgeous is that? On our driver there, from another angle. Of course, we've got our engine, so this will open up. I don't have the right size hands for this. I really don't. My hands are too massive to be doing these, but you can see our engine's in there, and really rather lovely it's looking too. Beautiful. This is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. It really is. This is an absolutely gorgeous model. I couldn't be more happier with how this has turned out. I really couldn't. You can see our businessman from this side. It's kind of a wide shot of the bust there. You can see down here we have our 60s girl and our Clippy. Just beautiful. Just everything about this is just so detailed. It's so nice. Everything looks so good. The wheels look amazing. Everything. I'm just so happy with it. I really am. We can see from this side of the passengers, this side, there's our shopping lady there. Our businessman there. God, clean these fingerprints off this glass. Shameful. Now up to the top deck, we can see our football fan from this side. We can see him from the front as well. To our schoolboy there. There he is doing his thing. And we got our beatnik couple at the back there. Just beautiful. And by opening the emergency exit, we can get a proper look in at the back of the bus there. So we can get a good look at the top deck. It just looks amazing. It just really does. I mean, look at those lights. Just superb. Yeah, I'm going to miss this one. I mean, naturally it's going to live in the room forever, but it's going to be sad not having more of this to build. It really is, because it's just, I've loved every minute of this. I really have. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Yeah, it will be sad not having this to build next month. But it is what it is. And it's thing of beauty. Again, the only thing I'm not happy with is this screw here. I don't like this gold screw. And if I had to make a complaint about it, if I had to point something that I don't like, the button placement for switching the electrics on and off is terrible. That's really bad. It would have been nice if there'd just been either a remote control or a single button at the back that you could press, because getting my massive hands into that little cab, impossible. But just a beautiful thing. It really is gorgeous. I can see why people are so into these, and I can see why people have built 3, 4, 5 of these, because they're just absolutely gorgeous. I'd build another one of these tomorrow, happily. Beautiful thing. Let's have a chat. That's Routemaster done. And it's a weird feeling. It's, you got that sense of achievement that it's done, it's built, and it's beautiful, and you kind of got the spectacle of it. But then there's that weird sense of melancholy that it's over, it's finished, it's the end, and that sucks, because I'm going to miss not building this every month. I always used to look forward to that massive box of Agora turning up, and yeah, it's I'm going to miss it. The figures, I've had a few messages about the figures. Where did I get them from? Well, unfortunately, I can't give you the answer that you want, which I'm sure is like, oh, well, you can go to busfigures.com and there they are. That's not what I had to scavenger hunt these figures. So I sourced them from all over the place. I got, when Hachette were selling off all of their issues that they had remaining at half price, it was before Agora started, but I was aware I was going to be building this. So I bought the driver and the businessman from Agora, and they came in at about £4 each. I then got 5 more that I traded with somebody. Excuse me. 5 more that I traded with somebody for some parts that I had for Ecto and some other bits and pieces. They had bus figures they weren't going to put in the bus. I'm like, well, you need these parts, I need those parts, let's do a deal. So I got 5 more, that took me to 7, and then the remaining 2. Yeah, the remaining 2 I bought. And I overpaid a little bit. A smidge, not a lot. I overpaid by a few quid each. But I need those last 2 to finish out the 9. But that said, I had to have those figures. There was no two ways about it. I'm obsessive when it comes to sort of being completist. So if I knew they existed, I had to own them. They had to be in the model. And that's, I mean, I've just always had that. It's kind of like with the Disney Doll's House. There's the option to go premium where you can get like another 12 figures. Then I've got to have those 12 figures. There's no two ways about it. Because if I don't get them, I'll be pissed that I didn't get them. So that's just the way it is. I've got to go get them. And it was the same with the Routemaster, and I like the figures in there. I do. I think they are they're of the era. I think they're slightly out of scale, if I'm honest, but not much. I mean, if the bus, I believe the bus is a 1/12th, I'd say the figures are probably 1/13th. But they're slightly out of scale. But other than that, no, I think they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous figures. Particularly I like how they all appear to be animated. The two at the back that are kind of that sit together with he's got his arm under and they're talking. It would be nice to see a few more like those. But unfortunately, no, I can't give you that kind of definitive, yeah, this is where you can go get them from. What I will say is there are social media groups dedicated to the Routemaster model. It's definitely worth going there and asking, because a lot of people have these figures that never put them in the bus. Not everybody wanted to display figures in their bus. So there are a lot of people that have got them sort of lingering around. If you want them, you'll find them. But again, what I'll say is, if you're on pack 12, the figure should already be in your bus. Because they say that once the top deck goes on, you can't get them in. That's not true, because my top deck was on, and I managed to get both the businessman and the sitting lady into the bus without any real issue, because the windows weren't on. And they just went straight through the windows, and they're held in with 3M tape. So each of them got 3M tape on the base of them to hold them to the seats. I didn't want to glue them. I still wanted the option where if I ever want to take this thing apart and take them out, I can. So that's there. And I could, in theory, get the ones on the top deck out of the bus, because you would just need a very, very, very long set of tongs and open the rear window and get them out. You could. I wouldn't want to, but you could. But no, sorry, I can't give you a definitive, yeah, this is where you can get them from, but they are around. I would advise avoiding eBay. It's always worth having a look on eBay, because you never know, there might be a decent human being that's selling them for cover price or whatever it is. But typically, you don't get decent human beings on eBay. You get people that are essentially the ticket scalpers of the modelling world. So they want to sell you the 99p introductory offer for, $28.99. That's what you get. Don't be that person. If you are that person, you're watching this, just stop. Don't be that person. And again, I mean, you will. There are people. I know there are people. There are viewers of the site. There are people that know me through the social media pages that will confirm what I'm about to say is true. I send out a lot of parts for nothing. I don't charge anything for them, because what am I going to do with them? You know what? What am I going to do with them? Nothing. So I'm not interested in making a buck on parts I just end up with. So I give them away. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I've got an extra one of these. Have it. So I've got like an absolute massive ecto wires. If you want an ecto wire, I'll give you an ecto wire if I've got it. It's no skin off my nose as a postage stamp, and it helps you finish your model. So if you can help people finish their models, help them, because one day you might be that person that needs the help. Don't use it as an opportunity to sting them out of 20 quid. Don't be that guy. But that's it for Routemaster. So what will I be building next from Agora? Well, nothing at this point, to be honest with you. I kind of wanted something to replace this from Agora. I like Agora. I like dealing with Agora. I like the method of big packs in a month. I like that. But there's nothing on Agora's page that has me eager to commit to that kind of cost and project. Anything I bought from there, I'd be kind of like, yeah, that'll do. And that's not enough. For one of these models, that'll do isn't enough. It just isn't. The Leopard tank, I don't know, that's not sat right with me. That one looks, for me, it looks too much like a toy. And I've never really, no. I've no affection at all for the Bismarck. None. And also, I mean, I'm building Titanic. I don't want to build two ships at once. I appreciate they're wildly different ships. But again, I don't have that affection for the Bismarck. All the respect for it. My grandfather was in the Navy in World War II, and if I built a Bismarck, I just want to take it out into a pond and bomb it. So it's not for me. Optimus Prime, no, I don't like that Optimus Prime they're bringing out. I was interested in the Terminator, but you can't get it. I know it's on Agora's page, but you can't get it unless you buy the full kit. You can't get it, and I'm not buying the full kit. Because where am I going to put it? Again, I mean, this is the thing as well. It's not the expense. I can buy it. It's the It's where am I going to put it? Where am I going to put 12 boxes of that? I just can't. It's no. So so no, that's not an option. They are teasing something under a mystery cloak. Depending on what it is, maybe I'll do that one. But I mean, I'm more pop culture than I am vehicle. I mean, like the world's, worst vehicle could be in a show I like, and I'll build that vehicle. That's kind of where I am. My affection isn't necessarily for that. Like I wouldn't build a random Ferrari. I don't have that affection for Ferraris. But like that god awful car they drive in Trailer Park Boys, so it's falling apart. If a kit was released of that, I'd build it, because that's where I am. Like the Trotter van, I'd build that in a heartbeat. I built the Routemaster, even though it has no pop culture attached to it, is because the Routemaster itself is pop culture. It is British pop culture. It's part of our lexicon. The Routemaster is quintessentially British, and that's why I built it. Like if they released a London cab, like a Hackney carriage, I'd build that. I'd easily build that. I'd be tempted by a tube train, which I believe I want to say there was either images of one or there was a trial of one a long time ago. But I mean, I'd entertain it, because anything that's true British, I kind of like, I kind of dig. But no, so I don't know. I don't know if we'll be doing another model from Gore or not, but we'll see. We'll see what they come up with. But that is it, and that represents the first model that we've built from start to finish on Building with the Boys, because other ones we started before the channel started, other ones we started way after the channel started, but that is the first one that we have built from start to finish. So you can go right back and see pack 1 all the way through to pack 12. Anyone that's joined us on this journey, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kind messages. Thank you for all everything. It's been really nice having people along for the journey. It really has, because it feels like you're building it with some mates, And I hope you stick around, because we've got more coming up. So next year we will be doing, starting in December, we will be doing the Dark Knight Tumbler. We still will be continuing with Titanic, R2-D2, Iron Man, and the Disney Doll's House. We also plan, when it's released, to build the Lancaster Bomber. That will 100% be happening. If they release it, we will be building it. And the other one we are completely committed to, if it turns up on these shores, is the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet. We will be building that if it gets a UK release. We have lots of other features and bits and pieces coming up on the channel, so stick around. Stick around, you might find something you like. And we just like having you here. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button. And if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. That helps us massively. We're scarily close to our 1,000. We'd love to get there before Christmas, and with your help we could do that. So if you've been enjoying the content, you've been enjoying watching the videos, hit the sub button and you'll get notification whenever we do a new one. That's all from me. Thank you for joining us on this journey, but that is all from the Routemaster. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and I will catch you on a new model.